Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 5 of Arcane. I almost said that we're halfway through. Technically, we're not halfway through. In the middle of this episode, we'll be halfway through. But we're on our way to the latter half of Arcane. I am so impressed with this show. The writing, the animation, the music, I haven't been let down yet. I've been devastated. It broke me. I'm not okay sometimes. I feel like the last episode was very enlightening, and when you see character development, uh, kind of, I mean, I guess we should just start with Jinx, right? We were introduced to Jinx the last episode, and um, first of all, the name Jinx. Yikes, yikes. Uh, Part of her trauma was her sister hitting her and then belittling her and telling her that she's a jinx. So you can tell that that stuck with her. Um, that broke my heart. And like I don't know if in the reaction you can really see it, but I was just kind of lost for like a solid 30 seconds after I realized that. I don't really remember much of what happened, even though like it was like I was still watching. But like I think I blacked out for a solid 30 seconds because of just like how breathtaking that moment was. Like surprised and stunned I was. Um, I didn't see that coming. But speaking of Jinx, because now I can't call her by her other name, I still want to use the P word. The name's dead. We gotta stop doing that. Me. Silco is not happy about her recklessness. I'm personally not happy with her disregard for human life. She seems to think people are just very disposable, and that's a little bit of the psychosis that's going on in her head. Sociopaths think that way. And she definitely behaves like a sociopath. But her lack of empathy, like she doesn't feel bad for any of it. She was like laughing about it and like, oh, I know, like, aren't you proud? Or I'm so happy that I did this thing. And it's disturbing. And it's due to her trauma, her parents being killed, Vander not being in her life anymore. I didn't see her get upset about Vander being gone. But definitely her breakdown about, the possibility of losing him and the breakdown about losing her brothers and her sister and like the psychosis that you see her going through. That's not normal, but like that's what trauma does. And the fact that like Milo's figure is like on like a couch, and then when I was editing, I also saw like him behind her, like a shadow. Like, is she seeing somebody who's not there? And it's Milo. Is that who she's talking to when like you get like that scream jump? Like that's a broken person. Whew. So she's also amazing. So if I can back up and see a little bit more outside of it, she's first of all stunning. The animation that they did on her, I really appreciate. And I don't know if the animators are female or male, but I assume most animators for these types of shows, especially this type of animation, that they're mostly male. And I feel like they have drawn her um, kind of realistically in the sense that, like, she's not eating a lot, so I'm sure she's going to be skinny. But the fact that they made her strong, like that scene where she's holding the gun and she's going full ham, I have it on the background of my computer now. Like I just loved that imagery. Like it was gorgeous animation and it was actually gorgeous acting, if I can say that. Because of like the way that they drew her mouth with the saliva in it, like you could tell that she was kind of rabid doggish. And I loved that. And I thought she was so beautiful. My only complaint would be that her shirt, like if you've ever had a chicken fight in a pool in a bikini, you know that shirt's not going to make it through a fight. So, like, maybe something a little more reinforced. I'm just saying it's not conducive to fighting. But I also want to say that, like, while she looked strong, Kate also looked amazingly strong as well. And I love that they're drawing women looking strong rather than just sexy. That they're not sexualizing them to the point of like, oh, like a Jessica Rabbit kind of figure, which I know the point of Jessica Rabbit was to be sexual, but it's it's kind of nice to just see strong females. And I'm really excited to see more out of Kate. I didn't think she was a throwaway character, but I didn't really think that she would evolve into an enforcer. Definitely her being from a family of wealth and means, like she doesn't have to do that, but she wants to be in the action. She wants to be in the thick of it. She wants to be involved. And she doesn't want to be cared for or overly protected. Like she wants to be trusted that the decisions she's making that for her are the best ones for her without her parents getting involved and going over her head and talking to the sheriff. Or although I understand the reason why he offered her the position, but Jace trying to give her, a job and security for House Talus. I think that she's bigger than that. And her meeting Vi, where can that go? Because we were introduced to some gauntlets. Oh, I can't wait to see that happen. It just like Vi in action is just breathtaking to me. It was in episode 3. At the end of episode 4, when she's punching the wall, it took me a second to realize that it was her. But then when I did, I like felt like a whole body chill come over me. I was so excited to see her again. But definitely in the capacity that she's in jail is um, like, is that where Marcus took her? Because F you, Marcus. Like, he could have just said it was Vander and he died. But instead, he wanted to help his career. So I'm sure that he took Vi-in after knocking her out. Who carries around a drug to knock somebody out? Like a creepy dude like Marcus. But Marcus gets me frazzled. I hate that guy. And then, of course, Jace, speaking of the gauntlets, was holding out on revealing his new Hex Tech gemstones. Mel was not happy about it. And Heimerdinger, I wouldn't say is happy necessarily, but I feel like he told him about Pedidly. His first name escapes me because that's a really weird name. I just want to point that out. I don't like his last name. Well, personal note, one of my really good friends, his last name is Porn, Porn. And that had to be hard growing up. More so for the girls, I would think, than the guys. But thankfully, he works in Hollywood doing creature makeup, so it worked out well for him. I digress. And Jace was named a counselor. And Heimerdinger was very much in support of this, that because Jace knows the Hex Tech, he should be in charge of protecting the Hex Tech. And it gives him the resources to do so. I don't know if Jace wanted that job and that position, if that's something that he strived for, because politics and science aren't really hand in hand, as we know in life in general. So it kind of takes you away from the science if you're doing the politics. I would prefer the science. And it also got me wondering where Singed is because we didn't really see a body. Like I don't know if he survived, but I do know that gemstone in his hands under the direction of Silco with the research is dangerous. And I don't know what the shimmer is and what it does. As far as I can tell, it's a steroid. It might have some medicinal properties because he was putting it in his eye. I'm not quite sure, but I feel like those two things coming together, not a good idea. We got a little bit of Victor, and like he looks like he hasn't slept in a long time. But also he didn't want to go on stage with Jace, and I was kind of just wondering why like he wants to hide from public view. Is it because he's crippled, or is there something that I missed, or whatever? But I'd really like to know more about Victor. I like Victor. I would like to know more about Victor. But also the claw laser. They don't show us stuff in this show for nothing. So I'm thinking if there's a showdown, who better than Victor to use the little claw laser, right? We got Firelights the last episode. I was trying to think of who that could possibly be because, like, they're not introducing new characters. They're taking characters that have existed and they're bringing them to this point in time. And I was just like, I can't think of who this is. And then it hit me that it's probably Echo. Because of Benzo, I could definitely see why he would want Silco to fail, especially because he said he saw the whole thing. And why he would choose to destroy the shimmer rather than steal it and use it for, his own purpose. So like to me, I really think that like this is Echo. And I don't think I'm wrong. Like that's how sure I am. I'm interested to see what he's been up to, who these people are that are now part of his group, because he was pretty capable and like just pretty impressive. Like very impressive. Where I was like, who is this? If it's him, it is him. I am very pleased. So, a couple questions going into this episode. How's Vi been? What's Silco's plan with the gemstone? Was that Echo? What's Victor and Jace's next move? Is Heimerdinger's floof okay? I worry about that baby. And most importantly, who kills Marcus? Hate that guy. Just a helicopter, no big deal. I'm in the flight path for helicopter tours in Vegas, so I have to be very careful when I film things. Okay, it's gone. And sometimes when they have vintage planes, they like to fly it right over my house, and those things are super loud, and they fly them super low. But yeah, who kills Marcus? Like who gets that kill? Granted, don't answer it in the comments. I want to find out, but that's what I'm thinking going into this episode. All right, guys, let's get into it. Are you ready? Everybody wants to be my enemy. Fuck. Okay. Outside? We never get to go outside. Oh, wait. Whoa. Is this Jinx? Oh no, this is Kate. The blue hair threw me off. No! Oh, it was red. I don't know if she was supposed to hit that. Oh, hi. I guess that was the final one. That's why it was red. Oh, don't leave it.
Did my parents pay you to let me win?
That's a serious accusation. The trophy is yours. You earned it.
You haven't answered my question.
She wants to know if she deserves it.
I just thought you deserved it.
Pity. No.
For me, knowing how to handle this weapon means being able to protect people. What are you shooting for?
I took a look at your file. There's no record of you or your crimes. You attacked an inmate. Why?
Why not? Hey, give Silco a kiss on that winning eye of his, will you?
Silco, the industrialist.
Can you just send in whoever's gonna kick the shit out of me so I can get on with my night?
Oh.
Does this mean anything to you?
Oh, God.
Where did you get this?
You work for Silco?
They all do. How can anyone not know that? Where did you find this?
I need proof if I'm to believe what you're saying about Silco.
I could get it for you. Just not from in here.
Atta girl, Vi.
In what mad world would I trust someone like you?
Find Silco yourself.
I will, thank you.
Oof. Undercity's gonna eat you alive.
Yeah, she needs help.
You want us to have a chat with her?
No, it's for her release.
He went like right to let's kick her ass. Typical.
How many chats have you had with her?
You know, I never even thought to count.
Typical. Oh, God, this opening just gets more and more emotional for me every time I watch it.
These brave enforcers sacrificed their lives to defend the values of our great city.
I can't stand Marcus. It's kind of a cool animation.
Who was this, Daddy?
Mm.
A good woman.
It's your fault.
You said you could control her. I lost 6 officers. 6!
Trash. Marcus is trash.
I can't make this go away for you unless you give me something to work with. Arresting her would be doing you a favor.
True.
The Firelights have been a thorn in both our sides. It seems to me the Council has its culprit.
What if I'm not interested in playing along?
Ooh, I would not go down that road.
And there is more yet to achieve. I hope you can remain a part of that.
That's a threat.
For their families. From an anonymous, concerned citizen.
It's not enough. God, Silco just thinks he can pay to make it go away.
These manifests are full of discrepancies dating back months.
This is a poor use of our time.
No, it's not.
Have your people ever reviewed these logs? And the only assurance I need is that you will search and seize any unauthorized merchandise.
Ah, boot on your neck, Marcus. I love it.
You sure you don't want to confer with the other counselors before?
This corruption runs deep, Sheriff. I intend to root it out.
They call themselves Firelights. They operate like phantoms doing hit and runs on civilians and disappearing.
Victor.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
You alright? I need to get to the lab.
It's all about these rooms. They form some kind of mathy, magic-y gateway. To the
Me.
realm of EBGBs. And
Also
this
me.
turns it on. So, here goes.
Oh god. Milo mannequin is just creepy. Oh god. Stunning animation.
No.
Poor
No,
baby.
it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Baby girl, you were just wrong. How's that sunshine feel, kiddo?
A nice view. That could be a good way to get a lay of the land.
Look at this guy. I love Vi. I mean, personally, I would need to stretch if I were in jail that long. Yeah, Kate. You gotta get some pants, girl. You can't be in high-heeled boots and a short skirt running around doing this shit. Oh my god, I miss her. There's only one episode, but I missed her a lot. Oh, look at that. Great shot. She's not gonna be able to find you. Oh, what a fantastic shot. Okay, here we go. Don't touch people you don't know.
Nice jacket.
Give it to me. Good job, Kate. Proud of you. Wait.
All us fisherfolk can. Don't you want to blend in?
Ooh. Yeah, definitely for Kate. She doesn't want to be walking around looking like an enforcer.
We've been trying to discover runes that invoke specific effects and then molding them to a useful function. Mages aren't bound to single functions.
I'm still not following.
Yeah, me either.
They adapt.
You think Hextech can learn?
AI.
Are you sure this is safe? Of course
Victor's
not.
got nothing to lose. He was bleeding through his nose earlier.
Oh, Jericho, have I missed these?
Yuck.
Your house is in trouble.
By leniencies, you mean corruption. Councilors Hoskell and Sella? Don't they hate each other?
Politics.
I tightened our security.
And in so doing, put a target on your back. You've just made yourself everyone's common enemy, Jace.
Well, didn't you do that by naming him counselor? God, what is the time jump on this? Her hair is so long. Unless it's fake, but I don't think it is. You're okay with that thing living? Nope. Stand corrected. No gloves either. Wow. Just shy. You win.
Well, that place does look like it has bodies buried in the basement.
It might.
You don't know anything.
I never wanted anything to do with politics. You pushed this on me.
Yes, she did.
The council assumes you'll fail. Time to prove them all wrong. Welcome, Amara. How's little Rohan?
Counselor Medarda?
Jace had to make a show of safety, but he's here now to negotiate all his deals personally.
He should not be in this position at all.
We're currently looking for new partners in our hex tech research. You'd be the first in line to any of our advancements.
He catched on quick though, huh?
How can I say no to such an auspicious offer?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
The one place all the secrets are spilled.
Interesting place. Kate's super uncomfortable.
Let him think you work here. Excuse me? You expect everyone to give you what you want. If you really want people to talk to you, you have to let them think you have what they want. You're hot, Cupcake.
Oh. Oh.
Man or woman?
Hi. What's your name?
Matilda.
Yes, Matilda. My parents named me Matilda after my...
Yikes. Ah, this
Would you
lady.
believe it?
The Hextech Wonder Boy is on the council now. It's only a matter of time before he finds the truth.
What is truth but a survivor's story?
That's a good point.
Then you've located proof of the Firelight's involvement.
This has gone too far.
Imagining yourself a hero. One final act to make you the martyr you've always seen yourself as. Then
Was
what
that
are you
it?
waiting for?
Dream? Oh, yeah. So it couldn't be that easy to get rid of him.
You need to weaponize the Hextech soon.
I can't do it. Give it to the doctor.
You're the only one I can trust with this, Jinx. Fear haunts us all. Child.
By the looks of it, no one down here lifted a finger to stop Silco.
Things have changed without Vander looking out for us.
I figured so
Have
much.
you heard anything about Powder? I think Silco has her. I have to find her.
Silco's number 2's a regular. I can have Miguel tell you where to find her.
That would be the big girl, right?
It's nothing.
What was that? It's nothing.
Guardians. This is all I've seen.
Seems like Kate might have found something that she like.
It's only a matter of time before those old fools on the council officially accept your research.
Imagine the wonders they could create if we put magic in their hands.
That visual was gorgeous.
We're not often in the position to give anything back.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Really? Okay, didn't really see that coming. Is that a manipulation?
I can't figure out why it's not working.
You will. Are you headed home soon? I thought we could walk together.
Is love in the air?
Probably going to sleep here tonight.
Is there room for two?
Good night, Miss Yan.
Oh, sorry, girl. You tried. You gotta shoot your shot a little bit louder, a little bit harder, a little more forceful. The makeout thing is just, I don't. What's the point? Oh, I thought he did it. Do we get cartoon sex? Not what I expected. I'm engrossed in what's happening with the science, and they keep showing people making out naked. Did it need the human element? Are they making a baby, but then they're also making a Hextech baby with the blood? Am I catching on? I'm so uncomfortable and so intrigued at the same time. Like, she knew him when he was a kid. This is just odd. looks like a DNA spiral. That was, like I said, uncomfortable and intriguing at the same time.
Vander wasn't the man you thought he was.
Like a brother to you, and he turned his back, and blah, blah, blah.
Jeez, have some sympathy.
That day, I let a weak man die. Betrayal. That pain that feels like it'll eat you from the inside out can either break you or forge you into something greater.
Silco, man.
You need to let powder die.
Yeah.
So the fear of pain will no longer control you.
He's a wise man. I hate it.
Jinx is perfect.
Wait, no. No, she was a child. Oh, God, he's baptizing her. I totally thought he was going to try to kiss her. Oh. Got a band playing? That's amazing. Is it like in the image of Imagine Dragons? Oh, she's so beautiful. Look at her. I love even her angry face. I noticed there's not a wife in that picture.
Jace?
They said you.
Dying.
How much time do I have?
Oh. Oh, the slow-mo fight scenes with Vi are just gorgeous. Oh, yeah, that's right. She did lose her arm in that. Oh, I see now.
I see you never learned patience.
Oh, that is really cool. I don't like that it's being used to hurt Vi. Nice. Oh, so it goes through her body as well, not just the arm. I'm trying to like pick up as much as possible. The shimmer is very interesting to me. Oh. I love Vi. Oh, I got such a girl crush on her. Nice. That arm is so intense.
Where's my sister? Where's he keeping her?
Keeping her? You mean Jinx? She works for him. She's like his daughter.
Where's Kate? Kate, please.
I'll give her your regards.
How about no? Oh. Yes. Kate. You a real one, girl. So the one with the actual gun in the opening credits is Kate.
Why did you let her go?
Do you ever say thank you?
He's gonna know we're here now.
Whose fault is that?
Yours. I meant Vi, not Kate.
You're an alright shot.
I'm an excellent shot.
Yeah.
You gonna help me out, Cupcake?
Stop calling me that.
But you're so sweet. Like a cupcake.
Are they gonna be a thing? I wouldn't mind if they were a thing. No way Jinx figured that out.
The sister. She's back.
Oh, yeah.
From the dead.
Definitely be worried. Oh, yeah. That was a really interesting episode. um, uh, eh. I'm still kind of stuck on Jace and Mel, but also Caitlyn and Vi. I wouldn't mind if that happened. I really wouldn't. She seemed very comfortable with the other girl in the parlor, so either besties or besties. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with either. I'm so happy that we have Vi back. Just her whole demeanor how she carries herself. She's just so confident, cocky, the whole thing when she's fighting, I forget her name. Sivka, something like that, whatever. Big baddie mean traitor. We'll call her traitor. But like it's so nice to get those fighting scenes back with her, but like the arm with the shimmer, like that was fascinating because essentially it's still like the gauntlets, except it's using the shimmer, which seems to be very unstable. They have a way of using it to their advantage, but they don't have a way of controlling it completely. And it seems like when it goes into her, it's not just the arm, it's actually into her because her eyes actually turn purple too. So I wonder if that causes damage every time. Because obviously, when we saw Deckard and we saw Vander, when they both had it, your bodies can't like really like grow and be stretched like that and it like not take a toll, especially because Deckard you saw throwing it up, um and Vander was huge but like disproportionately huge, and then it was even in his veins after he died. Wow. I'm very intrigued about the shimmer in the arm. But then that also means that other people have been able to utilize that technology, and that's probably why Silco is also when the little short elfie lady says he's got the muscle, that makes way more sense. Jinx and her still having trauma over what she did. What's interesting is that she knows that she did something wrong. She tries to talk herself out of actually assuming the blame, that it was an accident or she didn't mean it. But like she knows that it's her fault. And a lot of times you don't see her actually admitting any fault whatsoever. There's no empathy, there's no sympathy. She doesn't even have sympathy for Silco and how, he almost drowned and how he lost his eye. Like, she almost laughs at him, belittles him, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to like her because I can empathize with her, but when she can't empathize with other people, it makes it really hard to do so. Um, Granted, I'm only on episode 5. There's 4 more episodes after this. 4, only 4. Now we're past the halfway point. Yikes. I really don't like that Mel is making Jace play politics, even though Jace did it and he was kind of good at it. It's not what he wanted to do. And like I said, like politics and science, like as much as I would like those two things to go together, they never really do. Because money, capitalism, it always makes good people go bad. Yikes, right? So watching him schmooze and kind of make deals with people, even though I don't know if he necessarily had to do that. And I know the episode is titled Everybody Wants to Be My Enemy. And every one of the counselors or the people that had always been advantageous with the way everything was being run, uh, were essentially his enemy. So he had to make good with them. And, Vi has enemies that are now the people that, were against Vander and are with Silco. And Jinx, like I'm sure she's got enemies as well. It's they're everywhere. Marcus has enemies. Fucking Marcus. What a toolbox. I hate that guy. I know that they wanted me to feel like a little bit of sympathy for him with his daughter in the beginning. But again, I didn't see a wife around. Like, where's she? Like they better not do something that makes me feel sympathetic towards Marcus. They had that scene where he pulled the pin and it was the explosion, and I was just like, there's no way. There's no way. That had to be a dream. Sure enough. Sure enough. I know he doesn't have the stones to do it. It's funny that I'm talking shit to a cartoon. Fuck you, Marcus. And you can still see the rage that Jinx has towards her sister with like the whole punching machine. But she still couldn't get high enough to actually beat Vi's score, so she cheated and she shot it. I was really interested. I found it really interesting when she first walked into their old little hangout and that crow landed. I was just like, is she going to have sympathy because it's an animal? And she doesn't. It's just confirming that, like, it's going to take a lot for her to make her way back to anything humane, if ever. I'm not holding out hope. I do think that she might be a lost cause. The fact that Vi is back is definitely worrying Silco, so interesting. And then Jinx also mentions the doctor, about having the doctor figure out the hex tech. Is that Singed? Is he still around? Can we see old boy? Is he purpley blue? Is he a mishmash of machinery? I feel like they probably hooked him up with like a new body with like little things to like keep him going. Maybe it's just a brain floating in a glass jar. I don't know. With the imagery that we've seen in this show, I wouldn't be surprised. And Victor, I'm very curious. I don't want him to die. The fact that his blood mixed with the hex tech, and you saw that genetic spiral kind of happen. I know it wasn't the double helix, but it definitely looked chromosomal. I love science, but I'm very stupid about it sometimes. Layman's terms is what I need the majority of the time, kind of all of the time. No, I need it dumbed down. Apparently, I also need Arcane dumbed down because there's times where I just am like, wait, what? Huh? I don't know what's happening. So I'm really curious to see what happens with Victor. I would hope that he wouldn't die, but like maybe if a piece of him helped create something to make the hex tech work, like maybe it's a healing factor. Maybe it's going to heal him. Again, that is my hopefulness that's coming out because I don't want to lose a good person, especially somebody who seemed to be kind of at a disadvantage. You know, him being crippled, and I think maybe now him not wanting to go out in front of the crowd is because he already knew he was ill. Can we just, if we're gonna save one person, can it be Victor? I mean, I don't want to sacrifice anybody, but like, I would be really happy to see him flourish. And especially because he had, you know, Miss Young hitting on him, kind of like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And he's not there. I think he needs happiness. I'm not saying that she's happiness, but I mean, it can bring him happiness for a minute. And you know what kind of minute I'm talking about. The kind of minute that Jason Mel had, which was very uncomfortable. It's funny, I'm uncomfortable with that, but I was like very much okay with Kate being with the other girl in the parlor. And then, like, I'm very much shipping her and Vi. I don't know if that's a thing. I would like for it to be a thing. I think that would be a very cool couple. I think it's a thing. I think it's a thing. I hope it's a thing. I want it to be a thing. But Jason Mel, like, she knew him when he was a child. That's just weird. And I really thought Silco was going to kiss Jinx, and I am so glad that didn't happen. That definitely seemed like an inappropriate relationship for a split second. Kind of somewhat her demeanor towards him too is a little inappropriate, but I don't know if it's just her quirkiness or not. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to the next episode. I hope they kind of delve into the fire lights a little bit more because I didn't get anything on Echo, and I'm sure it's Echo, but like we'll find out if it's Echo. Don't say anything in the comments. You know my rule about spoilers. Shh. Again, I don't know if I'll already have watched that episode. I know that I have stated that I'm trying to watch all the episodes before I release everything, which I have found incredibly hard to do storage wise. My new computer is almost here. Middle of May. That's what happens when you get one special ordered because you need lots of terabytes. And then I'm hoping that I can do full length reactions on Patreon. I can upload all those. I just need the power. I need the technology. Get me some hex tech so I can get those online for you. And so I'll be doing a Patreon. It's going to happen later rather than sooner, but definitely it's going to happen. I want to be able to give you guys full length reactions so you can see shenanigans that you don't normally see in this. Like me turning off the air conditioning that randomly turns on in the middle of a reaction, or me sneezing. Blowing my nose has been happening a lot because of allergies. So anyway, like, subscribe, come back here, leave a comment. You know, let's talk about this episode because I think this one is brilliant. As much and as devastating as episode 3 was, not my favorite episode. I think that like it was the most poignant episode. It had the most emotion that I could possibly feel. But I really liked this episode, and I think it's the mixture of the science and having both girls back. Maybe a little bit of a love factor. I don't need a romantic story. I never need those. But when I'm in favor of it, yes, please. Okay, guys, come back here for episode 6. I'll see ya.